conflict where there's no good guys. The longtime dictator, whose father was also dictator of Syria, Bashar al-Assad, fled the country this weekend for Russia, as Al Qaeda backed rebels took control of Syria's capital. So it says here this is the latest development. President Bashar al-Assad of Syria arrived in Russia on Sunday after fleeing his country, according to Russian state media and two Iranian officials. It was a stunning fall for the longtime dictator who lost his hold on power to a lightning-fast offensive by rebels who took control of Damascus on Sunday. Mr. al-Assad's ouster was an earth-shaking moment in the history of Syria, which the al-Assad family has ruled with an iron fist since the early 1970s. Rebel factions have been trying to unseat him for more than a decade, upended his government in a matter of days after years of civil war. Many in Syria greeted Mr. al-Assad's fall with the hope after long living in fear of a government that had gassed its own people during the civil war and used oppressive tactics to silence dissent. But deep uncertainty over who will rule Syria next raised worries of a possible power vacuum in a country where competing factions have vied for territory against each other and Mr. al-Assad's forces. Our hearts are dancing with joy, Wallah Samela, 35, a resident of the Damascus area, said in a phone interview. We can't predict the future and anything is possible, but the most important thing is we got rid of this oppressive regime. Russian state media said that Mr. al-Assad and his family had arrived in Moscow and had been granted political asylum. The New York Times could not independently confirm that Mr. al-Assad was in Russia, which along with Iran had helped keep him in power. It also says here that the U.S. airstrikes struck dozens of Islamic State camps and leaders in central Syria on Sunday. Those questions swirled early on Sunday over Mr. al-Assad's whereabouts. Mohammed Ghazi al-Jalali, Syria's prime minister, said that he would stay in the country and was ready to work with whomever Syrians chose as their leader. Mr. Biden and the family of Austin Tice, an American journalist who disappeared in Syria in 2012, said on Sunday that they believe he is alive and could be returned to the United States after rebel groups toppled Mr. al-Assad. We think we can get him back, but we have no direct evidence of that yet, Mr. Biden said. The United States has said it believed Mr. Tice had been held captive by the government of Mr. al-Assad, although his regime had long maintained it had no information about him. Israel's military said it entered a demilitarized buffer zone in territory it controls in the Golan Heights abutting Syria. The Israeli military, which is concerned about the sudden surge in instability near its borders, said it was acting to protect Israeli civilians. Iraq has secured its border with Syria, according to the official Iraqi news agency, which said on Sunday that the Al-Qam border crossing was closed. Now,